Hi guys, it's me, Kenda, here, and today we are going to be talking about the new Pokemon Sun and Moon information we got. This is really exciting because finally we got a whole bunch of Sun and Moon information on characters, on the region itself, and we even got information on the legendaries, which is one big thing that a lot of people have been talking about, like what are their typings and stuff going to be, and I was actually pretty surprised on their typing. So yeah, but before we get started, I just want to say if I sound a bit winded, that's because I've been trying to record this video like 3 or 4 times, and every time I've either messed up or I've gotten interrupted. So yeah, I'm sorry. Just please bear with me on the way I sound. So yeah, I'm really sorry, but so yeah, let's get started with Solgaleo. It is a psychic still type. This is what really threw me off because for anybody who doesn't know by now, they should. Solgaleo is the sun legendary. He basically represents the sun in Pokemon form, I guess. And and the sun is a fiery ball of gas. And Solgaleo is a still type. So yes, I have no. So Solgaleo is going to be super weak to fire types. But hopefully, I'm not sure, but hopefully the Pokemon abilities, its ability will help against that. I'm not really sure. Bear with me because I don't know a lot about Pokemon abilities. They just have always confused me. Now, some of them are pretty simple, like the ability Poison Point, which allows a person to poison another opponent if they hit them enough times. Flame Body, which can allow a person to be burned. But yeah, its ability is called Full Metal Body, which a lot of people have been joking about Full Metal Alchemist. The ability is Full Metal Body's ability. A Pokemon stat will not be lowered by an effective opponent's move or ability. So I'm going to assume this relates to your Pokemon, and hopefully that means it won't be as effective against fire types. Because I feel like Game Freak wouldn't do that to a legendary, because legendaries was supposed to be strong and powerful, and having it be part steel type and super weak to fire type would just be really bad on their part. So yeah, its description, which includes its description of what the Pokemon, just basically sort of the description of it, and then the description of its move, the description of just the general Pokemon you'll find in the Pokedex. In ancient times, Solgaleo has been honored as the Imazari, or whatever that word is, of the sun. It is referred with reverence as the beast that devours the sun. Solgaleo body holds a vast amount of energy. It shines with light when it is activated. It has a flowing mane with remarkable resemblance to the sun. Its signature move is Sun Still Strike, a strike that charges at an opponent with force of a meteor and disregarding the target's ability. So I guess this could be helpful if you have Pokemon that has Poison Point or something type of poison type of move or something. But yeah, it sounds like a pretty useful move. I mean, Solgaleo sounds like really useful. The Full Metal Body, the Sun Still Strike, sound all like really good. So yeah. I might end up choosing Sun. I have no idea yet. It sounds like a really good Pokemon to use. Its moves sound cool. Its ability sounds cool. Even its description sounds kind of cool too. But yeah, I have no idea what to choose now. Its Sun Still Strike sound is basically the move I guess we see within the trailer that we see Solgaleo use, and it's kind of cool to see that the trademarks that were discovered for the legendaries are the actual names that we're getting with the legendaries, Solgaleo and Lunala. So that's another thing. I should have mentioned that before, but I thought it was, but I'm at least mentioning now more than ever. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Solgaleo. It sounds like a really cool Pokemon and sounds really useful legendary. And I guess now that I'm glad that it's not a fire type, because one of the things that I was going to be mad is that if I choose the fire type, that means if I choose Sun, it's going to be a fire type. That means I have to change my legendaries, because I like to base my team around sort of the gyms and stuff. And one of my favorite types of Pokemon is fire types. And so yeah, I was like, oh god, I'm about to get another different legendary, a different starter, get like the grass or water type. But I kind of really want Litten, but being that it's not a fire type, so hopefully now that I don't have to switch my typings. Next is Lunala. Lunala is a psychic ghost type. Now this one makes a little bit more sense, more than Solgaleo, because ghosts do come out at night. We've seen in times and times in the anime and stuff that ghosts come out at nighttime. So it makes a little bit more sense, but it's kind of weird that Nala is super weak to dark types now, like doubly weak to dark type, being that it is part psychic as well. So, yeah, it seems odd that Lunala being, sort of always in dark at night and stuff, it's weak to dark types. I know that in Japan, dark means a little bit different than, what it means here. It doesn't necessarily mean night or just pure black. It means evil. But, yeah, its ability is called Shadow Shield. A Pokemon will take less damage from an attack that lands when the Pokemon HP is full. Now, this was what really threw me off, because I don't really understand if it's referring to Lunala or if it's referring to the opponent or what. I'm not really sure what it's referring to, but it does sound like a pretty cool move. Its description: in ancient times, Lunala has been honored as of the moon, it's referred to with reverence as the beast that calls the moon. Lunala is constantly absorbing light and covering it into energy, converting it into energy with its wings. It spreads to absorb the surrounding light and glistens like the crescent moon and resembles a beautiful night sky. Lunala's signature move is called Moongeist Beam. The attack releases an ominous beam of light that disregards the target's abilities. So I'm pretty curious. It sounds like a fairy type move, because it reminds me of that one fairy type move called Moonbeam or something. I'm not entirely sure what it's called. But it sounds like a lot of fairy type moves, but I could be entirely wrong. I kind of like its description. It makes it sound like a beautiful and elegant Pokemon as well. So, yeah, I kind of like Nulala. As for its typing, I'm not really sure, because I'm not really sure on its typing, because I'm not a huge fan of Ghost. I don't really know how to use Ghost type Pokemon properly, so I could be, so yeah, but I do love Nulala's look and design, and its description just sounds like an amazing Pokemon to have as well. So yeah, that's pretty much for the legendaries. There's not much else to say. That's their description, their moves. We do get a couple of other things as well. We have the Lola region now. We finally able to see how many islands there are. There looks like there's 5, because in the description of the Alola region, it said the Alola region centers around 4 rich islands in natural beauty and an artificial island, which looks like to be the island in the middle that's all white and stuff. So I'm interested in what that's going to be. That sounds like it could be the Pokemon League or something. It sounds like it. It looked like neat enough. And Pokemon that have never been seen before on these islands, which sounds kind of sort of like the Unova region or something, the Unova region, but I could be wrong. It makes me curious about what Pokemon we're gonna have and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We do have finally our professor. If you guys remember, we saw two people. We saw Kukui, which is the guy who's wearing the white lab coat but not a shirt. Not an undershirt, just shorts and the lab coat. And then we saw the guy that wore the flowery type of jacket type of thing. And a lot of people could not figure out because, of course, the old man gave us our Pokemon, but Kui seems to just be we didn't really know what part he was going to play, if he was going to be the assistant or not. But it turns out that he is the professor. Professor Kui is the professor, the guy with the no shirt. He apparently lives near your home, which makes sense because a lot of times the professors are really close to you. Usually, sometimes they're not. It depends on which generation of the games we're playing. He's passionate about researching Pokemon into their moves, which is actually a unique thing because that's one thing I've always questioned about Pokemon. What are their moves? How do their moves work? Because there are certainly some unique moves that just seem really odd for Pokemon to learn or be able to exist. And some do make sense, like Pikachu's electric type attacks, being that there's electric sacks in its cheeks that helps it with its thunder moves. So yeah, sometimes he is hit direct hits from Pokemon when there is something to be learned from it. Supporting a white lab coat slung casually. How do you casually sling a white lab coat around yourself? I have no idea. Over his bare torso. I like how they distinctly say bare torso. Like, we don't know he's wearing a shirt, but we finally know it's confirmed he's wearing no shirt under that. And I just thought that was kind of fun. I thought that was pretty funny. He's showing off his unique style. I think Professor Gooey is going to be one of my favorites. I mean, I don't know, it's a toss-up between him and Professor Sycamore. I can't decide yet. But he sounds like he's going to be a fun professor, and I'm going to really like him. Another, we have Lily, which is apparently a very mysterious girl who assists the professor. This girl is the same age as you. She works with the professor for personal reasons. This is definitely odd because a lot of people have been guessing that maybe she's working for the evil team or teams of that region, because it seems odd that they would say for personal reasons, like it just is mysterious or something. She is not going to Pokemon battle, so we do have that sort of in-like quality with her. She apparently loves reading. She devours many books, as it says. She will play an important role in Pokemon Sun and Moon story. So yeah, she's probably one of the most characters I'm really curious about, because there seems to be a lot of just really mysterious things about her. There's the picture of her that gives off a mad look, like she's super mad about something. And then we have Hugh, I don't know, Hugh, I think it's pronounced. Hau is how it's spelled. He apparently is a Pokemon-loving young boy with a big appetite. So apparently he's going to be one of those characters that loves to eat. That feels like it's in almost everything now. He's the same as your character. He, when you move to the Alola region, he makes friends with you right away. He is a real weakness to Malsade, a famous tree within the Alola region. I wonder if that's supposed to be equivalent of some type of famous tree in Japan, in Hawaii or something. He's always searching for it in shops or monster shops. He's a big-hearted boy who really loves Pokemon. So he looks like his title is Your Friend Huey, but so I'm curious who our rival's going to be. If he's not going to be our rival, maybe Lily is, but Lily doesn't seem to like Pokemon battles, so I'm not sure. So yeah, that's pretty much all for the characters. We have, of course, ourselves that we're going to be starring in the region. We have character customization in the beginning when you choose your gender. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Alola region and for the characters and for the legendaries. But before we leave, we have two final things to talk about. We have a new sort of interesting Pokedex we'll be getting. It is called the Rotom Pokedex. Of course, the Pokedex is a tool that allows you to look up Pokemon and stuff, particularly in certain areas. Rotom is, for anybody who doesn't know, Rotom is a special Pokemon that you can catch in the Pokemon games, and you can use him and for battling. For example, let's say if you want Rotom, I think is a Ghost type. I'm not sure, but I think he's a Ghost type, Ghost Electric maybe. But he allows you, basically you can combine him with a washing machine and turn him into a water type. If you combine him with an oven, you can make him into a fire type. So yeah, but apparently you can receive this Pokedex from Professor Kui. As for when you get it, it doesn't seem to say when. Just kind of like, maybe you get it later on in your journey, but I don't know. But later on, we do see a couple of other things that may say not so much. But I don't know. Maybe once you get Rotom, he'll give it to you. I don't know. But yeah, Rotom can come into it. It apparently does more than just record Pokemon info. I wonder if we'll be getting this Pokedex and that and the Rotom Pokedex, or if we'll be sort of upgrading our Pokedex into the Rotom Pokedex or something, because it seems odd to have two Pokedexes that can basically do sort of the exact same like core Pokemon information. So I'm quite curious. It can show you your current location. It sparkles with its own personality. It will also give you your next destination. It will give you advice on where to go next based on the conversations you have with others. So I'm curious if that also includes NPCs. It will be a great help for you, it says. So yeah, it sounds like a really cool item, and it also sounds really useful. I'm curious about how it's going to be used exactly. Rotom. So yeah, the one final thing is, Rotom is an extremely rare device that only a few trainers actually have, even in the Alola region. I'm going to assume not a lot of people have Rotom. Rotom is only existent in the Alola region. Just, I'm going to say. But yeah, that's basically the Rotom Pokedex. It sounds like a really useful device, and I'm really curious how it's going to be. I can't wait to see it. As you can see, it's on my screen, and you can see that it does have a map. So I am also constantly getting lost in Pokemon games, so maybe this will help me figure out my way. I wonder if this will actually place the map that you get. So that does make me curious when you're exactly going to get it, because if you get Rotom, really, like, I don't think you'll get Rotom at the beginning of the game. So maybe you'll get like the Rotom Pokedex itself, but you need to either catch a Rotom or something later in the game to actually fully activate the Rotom Pokedex itself. So yeah, I have no idea yet. So yeah, another thing before we go off is the bracelet that you see the male character holding. It kind of looks like the Mega Stone bracelets you can get in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Only difference is that instead of having a Mega Stone, we have this weird diamond crystally shaped thing in it, which, if you guys don't know, and the artwork for the Sun and Moon, the logo artwork, we see little diamonds and in there, and this goes along with the Mega Stones we see in Pokemon X and Y and and the orbs that go for Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So, and they each relate to the story. Mega Stones relate to the Mega Evolution, and the orbs relate to Groudon and Kyogre. So I'm really curious what these stones are going to relate. If they're going to relate to the legendary, since it's on a watch, I'm going to assume it has to relate to something with ordinary Pokemon. a lot of people are guessing it will be a special evolution for maybe every Pokemon, or maybe to certain Pokemon like Mega Evolution. Or one of my favorite things is for your starter Pokemon. For example, recently in the anime, Ash has gotten Ash Greninja, which is a special evolution for Greninja that doesn't require Mega Stone, but it has some qualities that are equal to Mega Stone, Mega Evolution, because when he battled Alan, it interacted when Greninja evolved. Alan's Mega Stone reacted to that evolution as though it's some form of Mega Evolution. So I wonder if that stone is what it's supposed to be. But of course, we don't really know. But we do see that it is going to play some role in the stone. That it isn't just something maybe that won't be used for the legendary, since it is in a watch that you do carry around, that you're going to have around with you throughout the game. So yeah. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, my throat got dry there. But yeah, it seems like something that you're definitely going to have throughout the game, and it won't be just used for one part. It's going to be something that you can use throughout. So yeah, I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. I know it was kind of difficult with my voice. I do sound really winded, and I did cough there because of my throat. But hopefully, this will save. So yeah, and I have not got interrupted. So yeah. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys like it, leave a comment or a like. If you guys want to see more of my Sun and Moon videos or any more of my Pokemon videos, just go to my channel or subscribe. I will be doing more. So yeah, I'm Canada, and goodbye for now.